I know how hard I work for these moments, and I know how hard this team has grinded to get here. So, yeah, we're definitely trophy hunting.
Here's to the present. Taking control of the here and now.
A two-run shallow shot.
And never letting go. Here's to never looking back, because they're too busy staring the future in the face.
We are here for a reason, and we are not leaving until we succeed in that.
Here's to controlling the narrative, to writing their names in history instead of waiting for fate to do it.
Home run, UCLA!
One step away, 1 inch closer to becoming champions.
Welcome to the NCAA Women's College World Series, presented by Capital One. 3 Big 12 teams are still here. We're guaranteed of at least one of them in the finals, and starting on Wednesday night, we will have, regardless of who wins today, a blue blood from the top. UCLA and Oklahoma, 27 combined appearances in the Champ Series. And we'll have a newcomer coming out of the bottom half of that bracket, Oklahoma State or Texas, set to make their first championship appearance. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Oklahoma City. Beth Mowens, along with our Olympic gold medalist Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith. We've got Holly Rowe down on the field. Here's the story. OU needs 1 win to advance. UCLA needs to sweep a doubleheader. And we just heard Jocelyn Otto say they are trophy hunting. And these Sooners are absolutely pounding people at the plate.
Yeah, it's how they're doing it. They're the most exciting team to watch in all of sports. And why? Because they're going to hit you with some immediate power. This is how they've been able to do it, with the confidence, the sass, all the things. 25 consecutive games with a home run. 52 of their 58, they've hit a home run. In fact, 1 out of every 8 at-bats, they will hit that long ball. That means you're not making it through the lineup without the power that comes with this team. This is why not only have they won a ton of games, it's how they win them. Look at the 39 run rule wins. That's why they've had 10 straight Big 10, 12 titles, why they've been able to win so many games, but it's how they've done it, and done it with a strong home runs.
Power at the plate for the defending national champions. It's in the pitcher's circle for the 2019 champs, UCLA, who beat Oklahoma a few years ago. Megan Faremo will get the call today.
Well, and if you're going to shut down a powerful offense like Oklahoma, you have to have a stud in the circle, and that arm is Megan Faremo today. She has been outstanding in this Women's College World Series when she gets that rise ball on the corners. It's her fire, it's her tenacity, the way that she just pumps up this UCLA team. And it's not just in the circle, she can swing it as well. She wants to be known, that legacy like Elisa Fernandez or Rachel Garcia, opportunity to lead her team, but she's got to beat a very good Oklahoma team twice today to get to that Champ Series.
Oklahoma looking for one and done to get into the finals. UCLA would prefer a long day of softball. 17 times the Bruins and Sooners have captivated and celebrated. Today, the Blue Bloods gotta fight each other for their right to party. Time for the Capital One starting lineups. And the visitors today, the UCLA Bruins, so strong in that 3 and 4 spot, with Delaney Wiz and Maya Brady hitting a combined .474. They have driven in 5 of their 14 runs. Your starting lineup brought to you by Capital One. And a bit of a surprise here for the Oklahoma Sooners. Patty Gasso handing the ball off to Nicole May for her first start of this World Series. The sophomore out of Pleasanton, California, did pitch last year here in Oklahoma City and did pitch against UCLA. Her NCAA tournament numbers. She is 15-0, by the way, on the season. The last of the unbeatens. Kinsley Washington to start things out for the Bruins. It was Kinsley's big hit in that 2019 championship series that beat Oklahoma, the first walk-off in 29 years in a title game. An at-large selection after they finished second in the Pac-12 to Arizona State. Handled business at home in Westwood to get here for the 31st time. Winners of 12 national championships, guys. They are looking to get to the finals for the 20th time. That would mean they would appear in half of all the national championship finals in the 40-year history of the tournament.
It is amazing, and there was a spot where there's a little bit of a dry run, so you take that out, it's crazy.
More dominant.
When they're here, they're good.
That woman right there has 3 national championships as a Bruin player, 2 as the head coach. Now in her 35th season on the UCLA campus. Longtime assistant as well.
And that last pitch is the first one we actually saw above the knees. Everything has been down. She's got that good movement. Difficult to square up because hard to get barrel. She's had good numbers against lefties too. They're just hitting a .173 against her. UCLA with 7 of their 9 are left-handed.
Kinsley Washington able to draw the walk, the leadoff on board. This is an interesting play by Patty Gasso and Nicole May. The confidence that she has in Nicole, who did not fare well against UCLA last year at the World Series. In fact, they picked her changeup. She only lasted a couple of innings. The Bruins jumped in front 3-0. And then Oklahoma rallied and ended up winning it 10-3 and knocking the Bruins out of the tournament.
Well, they're going to have to use the ground in this one, and whether that's short game, getting ground ball, base hits.
Here's Bree Perez. Only Natasha Watley has more hits in a UCLA career than Bree does. Now in her 40th NCAA tournament appearance.
Bree just has amazing barrel control, the way she gets the ball. And that right there, the ability to take pitches that are out of the zone.
Keith Kearney behind the plate, Naomi Erdahl, Bubba Ewald, Paul Eds on the bases with us today.
Well, we've seen her think about drag bunting her first pitch, that last one trying to swing away. A lot of options to try to move Kinsley Washington over.
Third-team All-American this year, enjoying her best statistical season. .394 average. She's got power, she's got speed on the bases.
And just so smart, trying to put that bunt down the first base line, knowing that much better opportunity with Snow being a right-handed first baseman.
And that's shocking. This last one right here, she actually went straight to sacrifice. The first 2 before that, she was moving through the box, almost trying to think more base hit. This one, she's like, okay, I'm just going to lay it down. Still missed. So now 2 strikes. She's got to put it on the ground, try to move Kinsley Washington.
Has 69 career bunt singles. She's pretty adept at it. Swinging away here, lifted out to Jada Coleman in center. 1 down, unable to advance Washington. Here's Delaney Wiz. 5th year out of Orchid, California. Her 3rd year at UCLA after transferring in from LMU to join her sister Stevie. She led the Bruins this year in batting average, home runs, runs batted in. She's been doing it all. And has been their top run producer in the postseason as well. It's in for a strike from Nicole May, 0-2.
Wow, immediately attacking, going to that outside corner.
Delaney Wiz too, when she gets in the box, her back foot literally right on that line, as far back as she can get. Nicole May being a drop ball pitcher. She's bringing some velocity too, 68, 69. She hit one at 70.
She was the California Player of the Year coming out of high school. Big time recruit for the Sooners. Of course, both she and Hope Troutwine, much more responsibility on their shoulders after the late season injury to ace Jordy Ball. Wiz gets a hold of one. Back it goes, and it's gone! And UCLA jumps in front.
Wow, and that is a big miss. A 1-2 off-speed pitch that's just left over the plate, and Delaney Wiz is going to go get this. Look at the location of this pitch. It's a changeup. It's supposed to be outside. It is right down Broadway. Look at the location at barrel contact, and Wiz just in her legs. A 1-2 count, big miss on the changeup. Wiz lifts it out of the yard for a 2-run shot. Bruins on top.
In their 59th game of the season, this is just the 4th time all year that Oklahoma has trailed in a game. And the Bruins, in a must-win situation, grab the early lead. Delaney Wiz, her 3rd home run of the postseason. And Jordy Ball is headed out to the bullpen. Holly Rose down there.
That's what I was just going to let you know, is she just ran out with urgency to the bullpen. I did see pitching coach Jen Rocha talking at length to Jordy Ball before this game. Jordy has been very limited in the postseason with a forearm injury. We have not seen her or know if she's able to pitch extended innings, but it looks like we will see her at some point today.
Thank you, Holly. Just one appearance, and just for a few batters in a month. May 6th, her last appearance healthy, and then the injury occurred right after that. Maya Brady, 13 home runs on the season. She is 500 here in Oklahoma City.
And Smitty, you mentioned it earlier, but right now UCLA has the changeup picked. Kirk Walker over there at third base, you'll see him just staring at Nicole May's hand, signaling into the team, and this is what happened earlier in the year. And it absolutely 2 strikes when you can sit and know that an off-speed pitch is coming. It is the biggest advantage.
Yeah, and to your point, Jess, even when you're picked, it's so important to continue to throw the pitch, but just not down the middle of the plate. She needed to hop that in. She was well ahead on a 1-2 count. But you're right, it gets in the pitcher's head, and what do? They end up throwing it right down Broadway.
Kirk, the longtime assistant, along with Lisa Fernandez, who is their pitching coach and was Kelly Enoy Perez's battery mate for a couple national championships for UCLA. And a strikeout for May. She comes back to get Brady, 2 down.
And this is that rise ball that she can throw so effectively at the top of the zone, known more for hammering the lower zone. This is a newer pitch that she's worked on very hard to be able to change the eye level.
It's huge. I mean, everything down below the knees, and she can come upstairs with the rise. Because right now, as a batter, you're looking for anything up above the knees because you know that if it is a drop, that's going to be the kind of pitch you want to hit. So she can give you a rise ball, give you a different look. It changes that approach and the mindset that you have.
New territory for Oklahoma. And Patty Gasso, they have trailed, look at that, not even 15 innings all year. Less than 4% of the plays they have been a part of. As you check out more of Jordy Ball, Garcia laces one out to left center and a 2-out base runner. And I think we've got a home run ball delivery. Nobody beats the whizzes. Plural. They're going to get Delaney's 2-run job right here. There you go. Looks like the party pants have become a party wrap. Did you see that around their waists?
Get creative, I like
It's a little hotter today.
Exactly. Shorts. They need party shorts.
Savannah Pola, she's the DP today. Pola's usually out in right field, but as the DP spot, it gives them a little more leeway with Megan Faremo when she's hitting and also pitching. Lauren Carter starts out in right today. Pola had the walk-off hit yesterday, or excuse me, 2 days ago to beat, no, it was yesterday. 2 days ago, yesterday, beat Florida with a run rule win. Day 5 here at the Women's College World Series. Bruins, who lost their opener to Texas, then bounced back to beat Northwestern and to beat Florida. Both Faremo and Holly Azevedo with wins. Two.
Boy, a lot more rise balls from Nicole May, really working that upper part of the zone.
Well, Alyssa Garcia hit a drop ball, Smitty, that was like well below her knees. And that tells me that the drop isn't moving very effectively.
And UCLA is hunting it.
Pola hitting just enough, fouling them off. Down in the dirt, blocked by Kinsey Hansen.
Job.
Gets the start at catch today.
This is what she does so well. We haven't seen a lot of this, too, just getting around the ball to keep it in front. A lot of times it's skidding off the side. Watch her go down to her knees, but get big with her body to keep it in front so Garcia can't go anywhere.
Pola able to work the count full. That'll give Garcia a running start at first here with 2 out. Jen Rocha, the assistant, who takes care of the pitching staff.
Let's see if we see the rise ball here. It's been a few pitches, and Pola been able to foul off everything down that's come. This is the 10th pitch. 33 pitches thrown, too, for Nicole May this first inning. She did go with the rise ball, kept it more in the zone. Pola's even like, okay, here we go. What else does she have?
Yeah, well, she got 2 back-to-back changeups that May threw in the dirt. And then Pola's been a little bit late. That last pitch looked a little sweet. Just gotta be careful on that.
Lost her. Second walk. And that'll push Garcia into scoring position.
Nicole May coming into the game had 27 walks for her 85 innings, so it is part of the game. She does work deep into counts at times.
And Rocha will come out to chat. Megan Faremo will come to the plate. Megan does have a home run on the resume here at the Women's College World Series. Let's send it down to Holly.
Well, you see Jen Rocher coming out to have a pitching conference with Nicole, and I talked to Jen before the game about what Nicole May had to do well, and she said she has really matured. She has control of all 4 quadrants, but she has got to hit her locations, and we're seeing her, you know, once you get that changeup picked, it really depends on how you can now pitch sequence with that. So it's going to be interesting how she's able to pull herself together here, but they've been impressed with her command all season and her maturity. See if she can get out of this inning.
And of course, Sooner fans can take heart. They actually did trail against Northwestern earlier in this World Series and immediately rallied in the bottom half of the inning to blow that game up and ended up run ruling the Cats.
Jordy Ball out there mouthing, "I'm good." And she is ready.
So the 2 will square off here. Megan started hitting a lot more late in the season, has had a couple of clutch hits. And that's grounded to Jana Johns, who can't hang on. The scoop to third is in time to get Garcia, as Grace Lyons was able to clean it up. But a 2-0 lead for UCLA on the Wiz home run.
How about those Bruins? Top of the first inning, taking a change up. Delaney Wiz, the senior. Bruins put him up 2-0 as Oklahoma hits the bottom of the second.
Starting lineups for the top seed in the tournament. The Oklahoma Sooners, brought to you by Capital One. Jocelyn Allo and Tiare Jennings. They have 3 of their 4 home runs through the first couple of games. Jennings hit a grand slam. And they are tough from top to bottom in this lineup. The best batting average in the country, the most home runs hit by any team in the country. And there is Jocelyn Allo, the back-to-back National Player of the Year, looking to win back-to-back national championships. The opposition, Megan Faremo, who missed out on the World Series last year due to an injury due to personal reasons. Came all the way back in the best shape of her life for her moment now.
And because she is in the best shape of her life, her rise ball at the top of the zone is super hoppy, and what she'll do is get it in your eyes and then bring it into the zone. A lot of movement. You cannot sleep on her changeup that she'll throw on the outside corner, as well as a drop. So she can hit all the quadrants. She's got a lot of power in the upper 60s. And when she's on, she's going to play with a lot of emotion, a lot of fire to really give this Bruin team the energy they need. She just cannot throw through her spins against this very good Oklahoma offense.
And you've always said, Michelle, when you're hitting while you're pitching, that can really calm you down and not get you too amped up. Let's see if that works for Megan. against this vaunted attack. Jada Coleman to lead things off. The first 4 in the lineup, first-team All-Americans. For an Oklahoma team that has lost just twice all year to Texas and Oklahoma State. They have outscored opponents 535 to 52. Basically an average of 10-1 per game. They're beating you. Coleman, the sophomore out of the Colony in Texas. The Sooner hitters did see 3 innings of Megan Faremo during the regular season. They actually played each other way back in February, and it was a win for Oklahoma. This is their 6th World Series meeting. Coleman gets a hold of one. Back that goes, and that's gone. What a response for OU.
Beth, what did we talk about? Immediate power. That's exactly what Oklahoma gives you from the top of their lineup. But Jada Coleman, honestly, I mean, she gets a ton of hits. Her batting average super high. Just her 8th home run of the year. Why? She gets middle in, 68 miles an hour. Watch her elbows stay towards her body, literally tight to get barrel on a pitch that is tough to hit for left-handed batters. And she gets all of this one. Talk about the response for Oklahoma.
That'll cut the deficit in half in a hurry. And here comes Jocelyn Allo. Up and in to the all-time home run queen, 118 for Jossie. She comes in on a 12-game hitting streak, and after the game the other day, she hit the 500 mark. That is her batting average coming in.
And that's what's incredible. 30 home runs, and she's hitting 500. Just the ability for her to hit the ball hard on the ground, hit it in the air, no matter when she hits it, she's getting on base.
Those are numbers that have never been seen before in a single season. They don't wait. They want to get right out and get right after you. Look at this number in the first inning this year for Oklahoma.
And that includes the 2 runs that UCLA just put up. So it was 3 runs.
It's only 3 all year.
I think the other thing that's amazing, too, about this, the numbers that Allo puts up, is that you used to think, well, you sacrifice average when you have power.
Allo.
No.
Maya Brady was playing so deep that the routine fly ball she had to hustle in to get to, 1 down. The respect for Allo there.
Yeah, and that's the pitch that's going to be important, is that Megan Faremo throws a bit of an off speed, and she threw that pitch to Coleman, the pitch prior to the home run, but Coleman didn't even bite at it. She wasn't even fazed by it. And then she hits the ball out of the park. She's going to have to continue to throw that changeup and make it look good. It has to be a competitive pitch. If she does that, she'll have an opportunity to try to keep the power off balance.
Tiare Jennings through the first couple of games, 2 home runs, 6 runs batted in here in OKC for the sophomore from San Pedro, California. Last year's National Freshman of the Year. Just beat out Coleman for that honor. Those 2 will be together for a couple of more seasons, even after Allo departs. Jada's home run putting a jolt in the Sooner bats.
There it is, another changeup. As long as that pitch can stay competitive for Megan Faremo, it's going to help all her harder stuff on the inside corner.
14-mile-an-hour difference.
Low and out of the zone, 3-1. Full count. Jennings pulls that one foul. Second year in a row for Tiare that half of her hits have been for extra bases. 26 more home runs this season. Just like last year, she and Alo fighting for the team lead in home runs and runs batted in. An extraordinary start to her career.
Good battle now from Tiare. 2 strikes. I saw her really taking a lot of pitches, even if they were strikes early in this at bat, because she's looking for something to drive. The last 2, first rise ball in on the hands, the last one change up away. See if they come back with something up and under the hands.
Well, it's interesting, too, because for Megan Faremo, the changeup is a part of her game in the regular season. It's going to be her game against Oklahoma. She's going to have to rely, and you've already seen it. It's showed up a couple of times since that ball's left the park off of Coleman's bat.
Jennings, the best hitter on the team with 2 strikes. Brady again playing deep to the track. 2 down. Let's get back to Jada.
I mean, this pitch is located inside and on the hands. I mean, look how close. I mean, she's like alligator arms there to try to get to that ball. And that's where Jada Coleman, to me, is such an athlete. The positions she can put her body in to have power. I mean, you take most hitters doing that, and that's going to be a weak ground ball to the second baseman.
Here's Grace Lyons. Widely regarded as one of, if not the best shortstop in the game with what she does with her glove and her bat, and the leadership that she provides for this Oklahoma team. Got a hit in her last 6 games. I love how Patty Gasso describes her all out all the time.
Yeah, and just the changes this year, her power numbers, 21 home runs on the year, big jump up from her previous 2 seasons.
Fights off the jam job. Hot start on the hottest day of the tournament so far. Temperatures up into the 80s today. 4 teams remain. Only 2 will be around tomorrow. Coming up tonight at 7 Eastern on ESPN, the second semifinal, Oklahoma State and Texas. The Cowgirls one win from the finals. Texas would need to sweep a doubleheader tonight. It's a fair ball. Delaney Wiz on it. Got it. Sooners do get one back on the Coleman leadoff home run. 2-1 through one at OKC.
The NCAA Women's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Welcome back to the Women's College World Series presented by Capital One. Well, today we're seeing Megan Faremo in the circle, and at 6'1", she's a big, imposing pitcher. But when she was a little kid, about 8 years old, she didn't always like her big frame. She was the tallest kid on every team in every picture. But her dad, Bill, and her mom, Marcy, who is also 6'1", taught her a valuable lesson. They just reinforced that God made you this way for a reason. Use those long levers. Be big and strong. Celebrate who you are. Make sure that power line is exploding out of the circle and that you're really proud of that. She has learned how to carry herself tall and explode out at the batters, being an intimidating force in the circle. Megan Faremo learned at a very young age, big is beautiful and powerful.
Oh, and big can get you championship rings too, Holly. We've seen some tall pitchers come here over the years. Starting out with Debbie Doom, way back in the first national championship 40 years ago. But you think of, Jenny Finch, other team pitchers that went on to U.S. national team glory. Monica Abbott, Kat Osterman.
Yep. Intimidating.
Yeah.
When you're getting out beyond that 8-foot circle.
Oh, and you see Megan out there next inning too. You'll see what she started to do when she was 8 years old at that age, get down low so that she could come out at the hitters. She called it beast mode. Use it to your advantage.
8-9 in the top for the Bruins, who have the lead courtesy of the Delaney Wiz 2-run home run in the first inning. Jada Coleman solo shot for the Sooners in the bottom. Vines and Gooden solid at the bottom. Of course, most teams, when you get to this point, you're strong from 1 through 9. Anna Vines has 6 runs batted in the postseason when she's been called upon with people on base.
That was dirty. That was a good changeup. Whether you know it's coming or not, you're not hitting that one. Because it's not just pulling the string, it's the depth. When she throws it right, it's that late movement.
1-2 from May.
Ball.
Wow, comes right back to it. Slightly elevated.
And her second strikeout. 1 down.
3 in a row. And again, it's not that it's 58 miles an hour. That's a part of it. It's going to keep the barrel away. But watch the late break on this pitch. It bends down below the knee, but it starts above the knee. So not only do you have the difference in velocity, you also get the difference in movement going down. When she can throw her changeup below the knee, it is a really strong pitch for her.
Kelly Gooden thinking about the bunt. Well, Nicole found her way to Oklahoma because she was a big fan of watching Kaylani Ricketts when she was a youngster. And Paige Parker, both who have won national championships with the Sooners. They've always had a good left-hander. They've got the righties this year. You think of Jennifer Stewart and Michelle Gascoigne and both the Pages, Parker and Lowry. Back to back. 2 down.
She works that outside corner to Gooden. The slapper is on the left side. She likes to try to run this pitch away. And this is a rise ball. It's got a little up, a little out. We're trying to make that pitch run. You can see she's put it on the edges, and that rise is going to move up, but she also bends out a little out. We like to call that a scrise.
So she takes care of business at the bottom of the order. Now the second time through with the group that got to her the first time around. Washington walked and scored to lead off the game. There's your home run hitter. Washington, backhanded second base. Jennings to first in time. And Nicole May responds with a 1-2-3 inning. Is UCLA thinking about a challenge right here? The coaches have 2 challenges per game to send to the video review booth.
I don't know if that's enough to overturn. I think she's out.
Looks like they will not challenge that one. Still a 1-run game. Oklahoma City at Hall of Fame Stadium. It is semifinal Monday. Glad you're playing a little hooky with us for some of the best softball around. UCLA needs to win a doubleheader today. Otherwise, Oklahoma with 1 win is into the finals. As we take a look at our bracket update, brought to you by Enterprise. Tonight on ESPN, the second semifinal, Oklahoma State and Texas. If OU wins, well, it would be an all Big 12 final.
Wow.
This is the first time in history. Oh, nice work from Patty's posse. That's some strength.
That is.
This is Big 12 strength, too. That's 3 Big 12 teams in the semifinals. That's the first for any conference. If it happens to be OU and Oklahoma State, it would be the first in-state final since 2004, when Cal and UCLA both reached the championship. Stick around. There's plenty more where that came from, folks.
She's got a ton.
Need a hobby. Or maybe I don't.
I was going to say,
I just watch
I like
softball
that
all the
this
time.
Is your hobby.
A couple of home runs already. Alyssa Brito lines out to Lauren Carter, making her 6th start of the season out in right field. Home runs are kind of a way of life for Oklahoma. Look at that. Half of their runs scored, long balls. UCLA's at about 27% of their runs scored. All 3 runs today on the board. Dingers.
Chips digs a long ball.
1 every 8 at-bats, they hit a home run. I mean, teams go, games, 8 games, 9 games, 10 games without a home run. It's just that intimidation and knowing that they've got 6 in this lineup with double digits. Never gets any easier. I mean, shoot, Jada Coleman hit one today. She was in single digits.
Yeah.
She was one of their, like, for lack of a better term, short gamers.
Pick it
almost.
up, kid. Come on. Even their 9-hitter, Janet Johns, double-digit home runs. Brady, 3rd fly ball out to her, 2 down. Holly?
Well, that home run power, coupled by the dominance of OU winning national championships in this decade, has made them a powerhouse. Like, they are the Yankees of college softball. Everywhere they go, there is a crowd. Patty Gasso said during the regular season, she told her team, man, it's like traveling with the Beatles. And then her team told her, who? So she quickly had to amend that to Taylor Swift. Even today, an hour and a half before the game, fans were lined up against the third base wall, waiting to watch the team just walk into the stadium. It's crazy how huge this juggernaut has become.
Yeah. You go to Marita Hines Field in Norman. So their dugout's on the third baseline. The entire third baseline and the bleachers are full just to come in early to watch them take BP and take infield and get as close to their heroes as they can. They've got a new stadium coming in the next few years, so it will be state of the art. And of course for UCLA, one of the great stories this year, their former Bruin, Shelly Carlin, a member of their 1982 championship team, a $1 million endowment to UCLA softball as Faremo gets the strikeout of Talon Snow. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Bruins. 2 complete, 2-1 in a must-win situation for Faremo.
Megan Faremo with a lot of energy using this rise ball up in the zone, gets Snow to wave through it. Bruins picking up the bats.
It was these two teams in the Champ Series in 2019. Game 1, the biggest blowout in Champ Series history, so they saved the drama for the second game. Kinsley Washington scores Jackie Prober, the first walk-off in 29 years in the finals, and the Bruins collected their 12th NCAA championship. There they are head-to-head. The last meeting in the World Series was last year when OU ended Rachel Garcia's career, sent the Bruins home, and then OU ended up getting into the Champ Series to win their 5th national title. Bree Perez, the flare out to left to lead things off here in the top of the third. Along with Arizona, these two programs, a combined 25 of the 39 national championships. UCLA, OU, and Zona.
Oklahoma coming on, of course, this last decade, the strongest. The Bruins coming on this inning. Bree Perez hunting early, swinging at the first pitch. That's when we've seen their offense do their best, when they swing at the first 3 pitches of an at-bat. Of course, Delaney Wiz doing it back in the first inning. Getting the Bruins on the board. Drop the candy, though. She might get another chance.
Fumbled the Rancher.
She's more interested in the huddle. Getting to her teammates.
Getting her to
She's like, I'll go back and pick up that cavity later.
I wonder if it's still down there. Of course, Arizona was back here again this year with their new head coach, Caitlin Lowe, their All-American and 2-time national champ, taking over for Mike Candrea. It's good to see Mike in his retirement as a fan here.
It's a different perspective.
Yeah.
right. It's 40 years.
He started coaching there when I was in college. That's perspective right there.
He is the winningest head coach here. Of course, as you would expect, UCLA has a couple of names on that list as well, and so is Patty. 8 for Candrea, 7 for Sharon Backus, 5 for Gasso, 3 for Sue Enquist. Kelly Inoue Perez, by the way, can match that number 3 with a championship this year. Or Patty can bump up one.
Ball, that's all.
And the walk, that is the 3rd allowed by May. And that'll push Perez into scoring position. And that'll bring up Maya Brady, struck out on a rise ball in the first.
And this is the bat that UCLA needs to really wake up.
She's been hitting singles, right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
She's been getting on base.
The power.
But you know she has that power packed in there as well. And also, you know, the anticipation that builds when it finally happens, that can just light up that entire UCLA dugout. And she's also a good bunter. So there's that. So here's a look at her first at-bat, second, third, fourth, and look at the ascension. Better as the game goes on.
Gathering that data. And she gets more aggressive as the at-bats go on. And it was the rise ball that got her first at-bat. Really blew it by her. Maya Brady's got quick hands. Now 2 strikes.
And they come right back underneath that inside corner. Challenger, see if she can barrel it up.
Brady gets a hold of one, back to the fence, and there it is for UCLA. Maya Brady busts out with a 3-run shot.
And that was the big bop that UCLA had been waiting for. The hits, the averages, they were there, but the big blast, the one that they needed from their number 4 hitter, capitalizing on a miss. Another 1-2 home run. May in front with 2 strikes, and this ball just way too close on the outer half, and Brady just gets extended. After a swing and miss on the inside, they go to the outside, and Brady punishes it.
The emotion from Brady and a 5-1 UCLA lead, and they have knocked out the starter, Nicole May, and the freshman ace, Jordy Ball, will be in the circle when we come back.
She's been the best pitcher in the country. She's like a caged animal. She cannot wait to throw the ball. The emotion that she has shown this year, especially as a freshman, and it's also the stuff. She can go down with the drop. She's got off speed. She's got a rise ball, but really it's the fact that she knows how good she is. She's shown it all season long. She was injured a few weeks back. We have not seen her, besides coming in for a couple outs day 1.
And that is the big unknown. 3 batters faced against Northwestern in their opener here. She did give up 2 hits before ending the ball game. Prior to that, her last healthy appearance was 1 month ago today for the first team All-American, as the Sooners faced their largest deficit of the season. They trailed Texas by 4 earlier in the year. Nicole May, 2 innings, 2 home runs. UCLA must win this game. They would force a game 2 immediately following this. Winner take all to get to the finals. Oklahoma has a little wiggle room. They need 1 win to advance. 3-run home run for Maya Brady here in the 3rd. Nobody out for Alyssa Garcia.
It's going to be interesting to watch Jordy Ball, too. First of all, the stuff. You're going to look at the velocity, knowing that she has that forearm injury. How is it going to affect her? There's a reason why she hasn't been starting. There's a reason why she hasn't come in for a bulk of any game.
And the forearm can be an issue, right, Smitty? You're hitting your side quite a bit.
Brushing your side,
yeah.
It's obviously a big part of your snap, your spins. So typically Jordy will throw in the high 60s. She's been in the mid 60s. You can see she's long and aggressive. She gets well out to that 8-foot circle. You can see the way that she's coming around, almost like she's being careful, making sure that forearm's not brushing off that right hip too much.
2-2 to Garcia. Grounded to Jennings, charging at second. 1 down. Send it down to Holly.
Well, guys, Jordy Ball told us that when she injured that forearm, it was in the game 2 of the Bedlam series, and she was in warm-ups, threw the ball to the base, and she said, I felt something pop. They've not told us specifically what her injury is, but that right pitching arm is very heavily taped. The last game, she had a little pad underneath that, right around where her elbow would meet. I can't tell with this color of sleeve if she's got that today, but definitely something hard to overcome for her right now.
Well, when we spoke with her as well, she mentioned that it is painful to throw. So they tried to rest her the last month and see if they could get her back healthy enough to be here, which really was the goal all along.
Savvy Pola walked her first time up. One and one.
Well, and that's what's going to be important. She starts off Pola with an off-speed drop on the outside corner and then comes back with velocity. Pitch a little bit sweet, but Pola swings through it. And Jordy just has that look in the circle, right? She is in control of at-bats. She's aggressive. She attacks the zone.
Well, and it shows you how good the movement is when you can throw middle. Because those last 2 pitches, Smitty, were right down the middle of the plate. That perfect height. And both swing and misses, and it tells you there's just a ton of late movement.
One-two pitch.
Ball.
2-2 at 67 miles an hour. It's approaching the velocity that we saw from her in the regular season. Out of Papillion, Nebraska, grew up watching her big brother Hayden, who was a baseball pitcher. Wastes away, full count. All 6 runs on the board via the long ball today. A pair of Bruin home runs from Wiz and Brady. Three-two to Savvy Pola. Pola draws the walk. And here comes Faremo. Second time today that Savvy has walked. The 4th time in the last 2 games. That's a good eye.
Also something to keep an eye on command with Jordy Ball. I mean, she only had 29 walks throughout the regular season and 132 innings pitched. Command has been a strength of hers.
Faremo got under it. Coleman out in center. 2 down. Oh yeah. Make sure you get enough powdered sugar on those. That's well executed right there. Look at the distribution all around the funnel cake. A little bit on every bite you're going to get.
That's right.
I love that you can play-by-play funnel cake. Distribution.
Vines dropping it down. Tried to get the drag to first. Defense is there for UCLA. Ball works out of it, but Brady sends one out.
We want the stars to shine here in Oklahoma City. Maya Brady's been one of them. She's batting 500, folks, in the World Series, but this is the big one. A home run. Bruins up 5-1 against the Sooners.
Another fantastic time in Oklahoma City. You want grand slams? We got them. Well, Oklahoma's got 2 of them so far. Tiare Jennings, Jana Johns, bringing everybody home. How about strikeouts? If that's your thing, we got Kelly Maxwell, too, guiding the Pokes to the brink. The defense from Katie Kistler. And if you'd like to watch the GOAT, well, okay, Jossie is here as well at the Women's College World Series 40th anniversary. Beth Mowens, along with our Olympic gold medalists, Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith, Holly Rowe, down on the field with you. Kevin Brown, Amanda Scarborough, Andrea Carter have the night session for you tonight with our second semifinal, Oklahoma State and Texas. Pokes have won 10 of the last 11, by the way, in that rivalry. Those are 2 teams that are seeking their very first trip to the championship series. Only one can keep their title hopes alive tonight. Pokes need 1 win. Longhorns would need to sweep a doubleheader in our double elimination format. UCLA took a 2-0 lead, and Oklahoma responded immediately with a Jada Coleman home run. And now they find themselves facing their biggest deficit of the season thanks to Maya Brady's 3-run shot. How do the Boomer Bats respond this time?
Well, if you look back to the 2 games here at the Women's College World Series for Oklahoma, the rallies have started with Riley Boone. She has been in this 8 spot. Short game, has gotten on base, whether it's been walks, drag bunts, slaps. She even had a double. A lot of big bats in this lineup, but it's been hers that has ignited the offense when they've needed it.
Boone pops it up. 1 down. Hey, it's game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Stanley Cup time. New York Rangers and Tampa Bay Rangers up 2-1 in the series. That comes your way tomorrow night at 8 Eastern on ESPN. Big key, right? You're talking about Riley Boone and the fire starter. You got to avoid the big inning if you want a chance against the Sooners. They've had a 6-run inning, a 7-run inning, and a 4-run inning in their first 2 games.
They're so good at just passing the bat, hit after hit. And then the big blow where they capitalize on the error, the defensive miscue, or the free pass.
Johns is the senior from Calhoun, Georgia. It's the modern day roster. You've got some homegrown talent. You've got some freshmen that have been around for 4 or 5 years. And then you've got a sprinkling of transfers like Jana Johns, who started out at South Carolina. Hope Troutwine, one of their star pitchers who came in from North Texas. Talon Snow, the starting first baseman today from Auburn.
The transfers have been a big part of the Sooner program. If you look at a couple of the pitchers that have come in. Paige Lowry from Missouri. G. Juarez from ASU.
Bruins tend not to go that route so much. Of course, when you can just get in your car to recruit Southern California and some of the best players in America, with the tradition that they have, it's a pretty good sell. Johns. Here's a look at some of the impact transfers. Alyssa Brito from Oregon also in the starting lineup with some home run power today.
Yeah, 26 home runs. And how about one of the lowest ERAs in all NCAA?
She was #1 into this World Series, has given up.
She's doubled it, though, last month.
Yeah.
She was at a .37.
Had given up one all year, going into the postseason.
Well, as it stands right now, we might see Hope Troutwine if there's a game 2 here. She is 2-0, got both of their wins over Northwestern and Texas, and has had tremendous run support. 20 runs in their first 2 games. Perez, 2 down.
I love the way Megan Faramo's given Perez so much love. That ball scooches under Faramo's glove, and Perez, one of the best in the business, just right there to pick it up. That always, as a pitcher, when you know your defense has your back, it's amazing.
All right, so back to the top, and the solo home run for Jada Coleman back in the first. Since then, 8 in a row retired by Faramo. With 5 flyouts, a couple grounders, and the 1 strikeout.
Well, as good as this lineup is, these 3 are the 3 you circle. And Jada Coleman, we saw what she did her last at bat, the home run. But she is an igniter at the top. Back at the first, take it back. Little alligator arm action, get to this one, get the barrel there, try to get in her kitchen unsuccessfully, and that's how the Sooners responded. That's the lone run, though. Been quiet since then. It's the 2 after her. Home run queen and Jocelyn Allo and Tiari Jennings that follow right after that.
Wiz is there, and the tag has to be applied by Washington, who couldn't get to the bag quickly enough, and a collision with Coleman. Both parties, at first glance, appear to be okay. 9 in a row retired by Megan Faramo, backed up by the home runs. It's a 5-1 UCLA lead over Oklahoma.
Kinsley Washington was so far in, she had to find the bag and couldn't, so she had to apply the tag. Collision. This one's not going to feel good, but it's an out for the Bruins.
Series presented by Capital One, here with Coach Patty Gasso of Oklahoma. And Coach, your team hasn't trailed by this deficit all season. What are you saying to your kids to get them to respond right now?
Well, they just got to keep fighting. That's what we're made of. That's who we are. So there's no panic mode here whatsoever. They're going to rally behind Jordy right now, which is awesome to see her on the mound and continue to play our game.
That was my next question, is how much can Jordy Ball pitch right now? What are you being cognizant of?
We're just got the pitch count, but really seeing if speed slows down or she loses control. But it's going to be decision-making time as to how long we let her go, so we'll see where we end up.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Holly, with Coach Patty Gasso. And the uncertainty moving forward with Jordy Ball, but it is great to see her back on the field. Down 5-1.
And I think the locations and the velocity or the speed are going to be the big tell on how much she can endure. And if they had the possibility to go back to Nicole May, I'm sure we will not see Hope Troutwine until if there is a game 2, or if Oklahoma were to grab a lead.
It sounded like, too, they had a number in mind, too, of a amount of pitches that they would allow her to go. Of course, they're going to kind of watch her and see.
Kelly Gooden to lead things off, 9, and then the top of the order. Just got word from Holly Rowe that Hope Troutwine has spent a little time out in the bullpen if need be. Gooden struck out on a rise ball when Nicole May was still in there pitching in the second inning. So the second inning of work here for Jordy, with the top of the order on deck. They started out the season 38-0 and had beaten Texas 23 straight times. And then Texas got them on April 16th, the last game of their regular season series, and had them in a 4-run deficit. And UCLA has matched that here today. In just the 4th game this season that they have been behind. But Patty Gasso expressing the confidence that they have the bats to get it done. And when you score over 9 runs per game, why wouldn't you think that way? Jana Johns, 1 down.
Well, that's part of the discussion we've had this year, Beth, is that Oklahoma's offense could almost be considered their 4th best pitcher, because when you can outbash people, you can put 9 runs up a game, it really gives your pitching staff a lot of flexibility to be able to make mistakes.
When you're hitting from behind, when you got 4 runs and you do have those bats, your swings do get bigger. You start to chase more, try to make something happen. It's something Oklahoma's only gone through once this entire season.
Kinsley Washington, a walk and a run scored, also grounded out today.
And I think that's why, when we heard Coach Gasso talk a little bit after the Texas loss, after the Oklahoma State loss, that those were encouraging games for her team, because it was battle, it was fight, it was play from behind. What does that feel like, knowing that at some point here in the Women's College World Series, it's going to be hard. They're going to be in that position again.
And if you were with us here last year, you know that both of the semifinals went to an if necessary game. And both of the teams that were coming out of the losers bracket ended up winning and sweeping doubleheaders to get into the Champ Series. Oklahoma did it to JMU last year. The most famous Sunday sweep, 2003, UCLA.
Texas.
When they beat Texas and Kat Osterman twice. Natasha Watley sliding home with the game winner. The next day, Kira Garrell threw a no-hitter in the championship game.
When there was just one.
Yeah, and the Bruins won it.
Yeah.
Kinsley thought that was ball 4. She'll have to come back.
Look at the over-the-top rotation on this. This is supposed to be a pitch a little bit more down in the zone. That is not rise ball spin. That is over-the-top spin.
And the strikeout and the fist pump from Jordy.
Look at the fire.
2 down.
That emotion. I mean, that one felt good, especially because Kinsley Washington not wanted to walk, but thought she was going to walk. That always fires up a pitcher, comes right back at her outside. Best pitch we've seen in this at bat. You can tell by the expression on Kinsley Washington's face. Good, dirty movement, but it's the emotion for me right now on a pitcher that has really struggled, throwing that changeup right there. The huge, huge fist pump.
2 down for Bree Perez. Flew out in the first, and then Bree singled and scored on the Brady home run in the third.
And that is strikeout number 200 for Jordy Ball in her freshman campaign.
Oh, 0-2 pitch. Just outside the line and left.
Jordy Ball really getting in on the hands. Remember, UCLA's got 7 of their 9 in this batting order from the left side. There's usually advantage lefties against righties, but Jordy Ball really trying to establish in and hard. And that's when she can start to pick away, especially 0-2.
Perez out to left. Brito. And a 1-2-3 inning. To the bottom of the 4th for Oklahoma. And look who's coming to the plate. Back-to-back, Jocelyn Allo and Tiare Jennings. Home run power at the ready for the Sooners.
Welcome back to the Women's College World Series presented by Capital One. Here with UCLA coach Kelly Inouye-Perez and Maya Brady. It felt like in this postseason she'd been getting close. What happened there?
I mean, that's literally Maya being Maya. You know, I think all these girls out here, they dream for this opportunity to be on this stage and come through with a big moment like that. You know, Maya, we've said it's coming. You know, you're right. She's been just missing. But that's what Maya came to do, on this stage to be able to come up big for her team. I'm so proud.
Oklahoma now, their big batter, Jocelyn Allo, steps into the box right now. What do you do when you pitch to her right now?
Try to get her out. A lot of respect for her, but, you know, I just told Megan that she's got to pitch her game, you know, and this is not a time to be able to try to figure out what not to throw, but to challenge and to be able, you know, her team has put up some runs on the board, so we've got to be able to challenge. We've got to respect her. She can hit every pitch, but our goal is, we got 9 people out there and one of her, we got to get her out.
Thank you, Coach.
Absolutely, thank you.
And I love that. It takes a little pressure off the pitcher. There's 9 of us out there.
Well, and it's actually nice to have her come up to lead off an inning too, right? From the UCLA perspective, if you do happen to miss, it only costs you 1 run and not more. But for Jocelyn Allo, in her 19th career Women's College World Series game, batting .396, 8 home runs, and 18 RBI.
That's exactly what Kelly Inouye-Perez just told Holly. We're going to challenge her. And we haven't seen a whole lot of teams do that. She gets pitched around, she gets walked. But to have that confidence as a pitcher, knowing you're one of the best going against the best in Jocelyn Allo.
Got her to fly out to center field. Maya Brady had to actually come in from her position. All 3 outfielders are on the warning track for UCLA. She actually had to come in on a ball to make a catch the first time Allo was up.
That was hit hard.
Yeah.
Skied.
It wasn't a weak fly ball.
5th-year player out of Hawaii. Down the line and foul. She set the career home run record, passing her buddy Lauren Chamberlain, the former Sooner, and she did it on her home turf. As the Sooners went back to Hawaii to play in a tournament out there. Just a fabulous moment. Her home run the other day made her the first player ever with 3 30 home run seasons. One, two, and a rope right back up the middle. Lead off on board for the Sooners.
This is why she hits 500. We talk about the home runs because she's the queen of them. But this is a 2-strike approach. You'll see her change the way that she not only swings the bat, but also the pitches that she hunts. Watch the minimal movement. In fact, that front side didn't even move. All she's trying to do is put the ball in play. And because she's so strong, it's a pitcher's pinch below the knee. Drives it up the middle for a base hit.
Hannah Kaur will come on to pinch run for Allo. Jocelyn can re-enter. Softball, you're allowed to be lifted once and then can return. Tiare Jennings has homered in her last 2 games here at the Women's College World Series. Deep fly ball to center, her first time up. Faremo blowing it by at 69 miles an hour.
Little extra on that rise ball underneath the hands of Tiare Jennings.
out of Vista, California, the Pac-12 Pitcher of the Year this season. She led the league in strikeouts. Jennings. Brady over into left center. One down.
It is a weird feeling to see a ball hit hard and then watch outfielders run in when your back is against the wall, literally, and it is hit into the gap. It's the respect.
Just speaking to the commitment of Megan Faramo to work her way into the best possible shape of her career. When the Cincinnati Bengals were in LA playing in the Super Bowl, they were working out at UCLA, and Megan was challenged, loved being right there in the weight room with the Bengals, pumping a little iron. Her fitness is second to none right now.
Ball.
What you got, Holly?
Well, you know, they actually took her down to San Diego to a facility and had her tested. And the testing company said that she is one of the top 3% athletes they have ever had tested for power, force plate, jumping off the ground, using that force in her legs. This is an elite level athlete we're looking at in Megan Faramo. And not only that, but she has been working out sometimes as many as 3 times a day. After missing the World Series last year, she felt like she had let herself down, her teammates down, and she read Kobe Bryant's book, Mamba Mentality. This is the Mamba Mentality you're seeing. 3 workouts a day. She is at the height of perfection.
They call her Megantron. 1-1 to Grace Lyons, and there's a deep fly ball. Back that one goes and out of here. Grace matching the Faramo power, and a 2-run tag.
It's a pitch that you know that you're going to see in an at-bat for Megan Faramo. It's a rise ball, and Grace Lyons has done a great job of meeting this pitch. It's a rise ball that honestly is at the top of the zone and going up out of the zone, and we've seen these Oklahoma batters get themselves into positions of power. Grace Lyons does just that, a batter that didn't have a ton of power early in her career, and this year has absolutely exploded.
6 home runs now in their 3 games here from 4 different Sooners.
And the adjustments they make pitch to pitch. And that's where Faramo, she gets a swing and miss on a really good rise ball early. Goes back to that spot. You think, all right, I'm going to go back to that spot. And the adjustment's made, and they hit the ball out of the park.
Brito right back up the middle. And the Sooners are getting the timing right now on Megan.
Well, it's second time through the order, and you can just tell that the Sooners are on time. They know what they're hunting, and that's what's most important. First at bat against Megan Faramo, retired other than Jada Coleman, and this is just another pitch on the inside corner that the Sooners have been very good at attacking. Not as many off-speed or change-up pitches from Faramo right now, and so the Sooners are attacking early in counts on that inside pitch.
Well, as the Partisans make some noise, the Bruins will get Holly Azevedo up in the bullpen, as Kinsey Hansen will walk to the plate representing the tying run. The delivery of the home run ball to the Lions clan. That is great for Grace. Statistically, her numbers in her World Series career didn't match what she's done in the regular season, but she is having a monster postseason this time around in her senior year. Her 2 career World Series home runs, by the way, both off of UCLA.
And that's the combination that Faremo needs to go back to. First pitch, changeup, rise ball underneath the hands, just a little bit of delay. And she did pump it up to 70 miles an hour as well.
As Fernandez matches wits here with JT Gasso, Patty's son, who is the hitting coach in the Sooner dugout. Hanson pops it up. Carter will call off Vines. 2 down. Holly?
Well, guys, just before this inning started, JT Gasso, the hitting coach for Oklahoma, gathered the entire team together. They were in a circle on the field, and he is going over adjustments. He is so good at making in-game adjustments, and I did try to eavesdrop. I couldn't hear everything he said, but I did see him throw his hands out and talk about their hand position as they're extending that bat, trying to get on these pitches a little bit differently. And so far, it seems like his message was delivered and is working.
Well, especially on the Lions' home run, Holly, because the position that she was able to get to on a very difficult pitch, that's the whole thing. Get into a position of power based on what the pitcher is throwing you, and we're seeing now second time through Oklahoma do just that.
Lindsey Elam is the pinch hitter here, and again, representing the tying run. Kaylani Ricketts checking out the action today.
Ball.
Take a look at Grace Lyons. Watch the posture. You have to get tall. See how she stays back and up to get to a pitch that's going to bring you back and up. And this is such a beautiful presentation of what JT Gasso and Holly just talked about, to be able to get to a very tough pitch.
Vines back on the grass, makes the catch to end the inning, but 2 runs up from the home run for Grace Lyons.
Grace Lyons taking a rise ball up in the zone. Her 22nd home run of the year, closing the gap on UCLA.
Title IX is just a thank you for all the women who have paved the way to allow us to be here right now.
What Title IX means to me is woman inspiring women. Title IX means endless possibilities for future generations.
The 50th anniversary of Title IX, so significant in all of our lives, and 50 years later, significant to see crowds like this, supporting student athletes like this, and the opportunities for women courtesy of all those that came before us. A tip of the cap.
Thank you, Title IX. Let's keep going. Pretty cool to see games like this too, especially on this stage. Teams, the parity, the programs, the money it's put into these amazing female athletes. As Delaney Wiz steps in the box, feels like a day ago that she hit a home run back in the first inning.
She hit the 2-run shot. Maya Brady on deck hit a 3-run shot in the third. Heart of the order here to face Jordy Ball. This will be the first time they face Jordy. She came on right after the Brady home run. Top 4 in the order have all 4 of their hits today, including this one.
Off of Nicole May, down in the zone, 2 strikes. Wiz did a nice job, even though she dropped the candy, getting the Bruins on the board. Got 3 more after that. And kind of positioning in the batter's box. She was back against May, now she's off the plate against Jordy Ball. And still back.
Jordy struck out Delaney twice in that regular season matchup back in February. Gets her to pop up here. Taylor Snow steps over the base. And that'll bring up Maya Brady with 1 out.
Well, Maya Brady in her last at-bat, a 2-run home run. And look at the way that she's thrown here. They're going to come hard underneath the hands on the inside corner. And then May comes right back. But this one's the off-speed. And the adjustment made by Brady. She gets underneath this changeup that is just right middle center. And she blasts that out of the park for her 14th home run of the year, that 2-run shot. A big, big blow. Excuse me, that was a 3-run shot.
She is having a breakout World Series. She's 6 for 12. Over 460 now in the NCAA tournament.
Well, and remember, too, I mean, her Pac-12 regular season number, she was hitting 260. She struggled for a good month, 5-week span to her standards, and she knew it. She talked about the pressure that she was feeling coming off a great freshman year, of course, being Tom Brady's niece, and the expectation, the NIL that we're seeing in and around the game now, and of course teams knew how to throw her, and so just being able to adjust to all of that, and she has now, as you take a look at Uncle Tom, getting to see greatness
up close. Got her to chase. Ball gets her second strikeout for Jordy, 2 down.
Oh, and this is a rise ball going up and away from Maya Brady. So they threw her inside. She hits the 3-run shot. This one is a rise ball up and away, a little bit different movement coming out of the hand of Ball versus Nicole May. Tight spin, get the big strikeout.
Well, she does not seem to be hampered at all by the forearm injury. This is her most extensive action in a month for Jordy Ball, and just her second appearance.
And now at 40 pitches, it'll be interesting to see. When Patty Gasso mentioned that there is a pitch count that they have in mind.
Ball gets the 1, 2, 3 inning, 8 straight retired. Sooners down a pair.
Well, today has been all about the long balls. The Chickens digging it as they drive it out of the yard. Delaney Wiz with a shot. How about Jada Coleman going yard as well? This has just been a hard day to be in the circle. Maya Brady on a changeup, a 3-run shot. And Grace Lyons taking the rise ball, yard. Lots of power showing up here today, Jess.
Kind of knew it, especially Oklahoma. 55% of the runs in the NCAA tournament have been via the long ball, which is, by the way, over half any other team here. Of course, longest time trailing Oklahoma. They had that early deficit, but they're picking away slowly.
If you're wondering, has anybody ever beaten Oklahoma back-to-back at the World Series? Well, it has happened on 2 occasions. Alabama danced in the rain in 2012. UCLA beat them back-to-back for the 2019 National Championship, but both of those were in the Champ Series, not in the same day. And there is an apparent pitching change coming up here for the Bruins to Holly Azevedo, because the top of the order could be swinging around for a 3rd time. So Ferramo departs. That means there'll be a couple of defensive changes as well. And Azevedo, who got the win yesterday against Florida, will now come on to pitch. Here at the Women's College World Series, it is semifinal Monday. I'm Beth Mowens, along with our Olympic gold medalist Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith. Sooners facing this big deficit, Jess, but they've chipped away a couple of runs, and now a new-look pitcher.
Yeah, and you knew they would, and I think that's why they're going to this. Megan Ferramo, it's been her velocity in the rise ball. Once Grace Lyons was able to hit this pitch, Holly Azevedo is a very different look, more off speed, more down in the zone.
Yeah, and I think that's really what it's all about. It's about changing speeds. Holly Acevedo, the way that she throws that changeup in any count, any location, I think is going to be the key. They're trying to keep that power in the yard, the ball in the yard against Oklahoma. And you figure, if UCLA wins this game, they're going to have to go back-to-back as well with both these pitchers. So it's really just a matter of time. Do you split each game if UCLA does force an if game? Do you split the games, or do you let each pitcher go a full 7 innings? I think it's a better idea to split the game.
Let's go down to Holly.
Well, that's exactly what I was just going to add, is because of a format change this game, if UCLA hangs on for the win, the next game will be 30 minutes after this one. And so you're really looking at, do you save Megan Faremo, knowing you're going to have to go right back to her and limit the looks through the lineup that Oklahoma's batters get at her? So really interesting strategy going on with this format change this season at the World Series.
I think what surprised me the most is they didn't do it coming out of the inning. They waited until the inning was starting.
Yeah. Yeah, Faremo had already gone out to the circle, and then all of a sudden, Acevedo went out. So both coaches today taking a chance. Of course, for Oklahoma, it was starting Nicole May and now going to Jordy Ball in relief. And the Bruins will pull Faremo here with a 2-run lead and go to Acevedo. Well, it's nice when you have a pair of 20-game winners to do it with, by the way.
Absolutely, Beth. And, she looked really good in her previous game. She had the velocity up in the high 60s to 70 miles an hour, and you don't always know her as a high velo kid, but it's that changeup as well that bumps up her hard stuff another 3 to 4 miles an hour.
Boone, Johns, and then the top of the order for the Sooners. Riley flew out to center in the third. Jada Coleman in the hole, hit the home run back in the first.
There it is, off speed right there, and Riley Boone way out in front. So important to miss those barrels. Of course, we've seen a lot of balls barreled up. All 8 runs scored, home runs.
Faremo is still in the lineup, by the way, as the DP now with the switch. Savvy Pola is the new right fielder. Of course, on the other side, the luxury for Patty Gasso is you've got a number 9 and a number 1 hitter that have both homered here at the World Series. You can go all out today because of the new format. You get the day off tomorrow before the Champ Series starts on Wednesday. Boone backs up Vines, got her. Hey, the Women's College World Series Champ Series will get underway Wednesday night in prime time on ESPN. Best 2 out of 3 will go Wednesday, Thursday, and if necessary on Friday. Last year, Oklahoma beat Florida State in 3 games. The top seed has only won it 6 times in 16 years. It's been a bit of a free-for-all. We have had 9 different national champions in the modern era since 2005, when the format changed. We have had 13 different teams reach a Champ Series. That's about to change to 14 because tonight, Texas or Oklahoma State will reach the finals for the first time. Johns got under it. Fly ball to Gooden. 2 down.
Well, you can almost feel that this year. There's just so much depth throughout the country. The mid-majors having strong years. The number of unseeded teams knocking off seeded teams in regionals, super regionals. And then obviously here at the Women's College World Series.
Most ever 3 unseeded teams. Texas tonight, the second team in the last 2 years to reach the semis unseeded. There's never been an unseeded team in the final. Coleman, 1 for 2. If Acevedo can get her here, that would mean the second time today that Alo would come up in the next inning to lead off with nobody on base.
And that's the pitch that Holly can throw so consistently, not throwing it for a strike right now, but it also helps her set up her next pitch, which at times she comes right back with the changeup.
Ball.
2-1.
And she does, but again, not getting the call. That changeup coming in at 55 miles an hour.
Ball.
It was the inside pitch that Jada Coleman hit for a home run. They've stayed all the way. Changeup or screwball on the outside part of the plate.
This could be one of the biggest pitches of the season right here, because Alo would be the tying run if she can get to the plate.
Ball.
And she will. And now, survey says, do you walk her to pitch to Jennings?
I think you go after
No,
her.
you have to
Two
go
outs.
after her with 2 outs, yeah. Well, mostly because if you do Walker and Jennings goes yard, then OU's up. The worst she can do here is tie the game.
Yeah, all 4 at the top here have hit a home run at the World Series already, including Alo. Best home run hitter in the history of the sport. Wow. Ooh, she was swinging for Norman on that one.
They've challenged her in first pitch, all 3 of her at-bats. And they've gone with the off speed.
One and one.
Ball.
2-1. Out in front. 2-2.
Just waiting for that changeup. I've seen 4 pitches now. Everything hard. 3 of the 4 have been inside.
Two strikes, 2 outs. A 2-run lead for UCLA.
She shakes. I've not seen Holly Acevedo, watching her all season long. She just shook what was coming from the dugout. She wants something now, and she keeps saying, give me more. This is the pitch that she wants.
Got her!
Change up. She said, no, I don't want to come back inside. No, I don't want to pitch the rise ball. You know what my money pitch is? It's been the off speed all season long. She went 4 hard. She comes back soft, perfectly located against the best hitter in college softball, Jocelyn Alo. Holly Acevedo with a strikeout, the biggest one of the game yet.
Studio team, assemble. Courtney, Madison, Danielle, and Kayla Bro. We found her wandering in the stands, so we put her on the desk. Guys, Holly Acevedo, huge moment for her.
She's firing us up here to shake off the pitch and go to the change piece, low and away to Jocelyn Alo, all of us up on our feet.
Well, and I'm kind of into it. I'm looking at Jordy Ball. She's having a heck of a performance. Had 1 out a couple of days ago, but she's money right now.
It is a really big deal if UCLA gets the win in game 1 right here that they've seen Jordy Ball for game 2.
Yeah, awesome. We will be with you after the conclusion of this game, guys.
Thank you, Courtney. We are 6 outs away from that very fate. A game 2 about 30 minutes after this, and that would be winner take all. Win or go home, however you want to talk about it. Win to stay in to the championship series, which will get underway Wednesday night. Bruins are seeking a 13th NCAA title. Oklahoma a 6th. The dynasty right now sits at 4 in the last 9 years, as they look to go back-to-back for the second time.
Well, and I find it interesting, too. I think for Oklahoma, not knowing what they were going to be able to get out of Jordy Ball today was kind of what played into Nicole May's start. I think if they knew that they could get this number of innings and pitches out of Ball, maybe some different decisions would have been made pre-game.
That's the first hit off of Ball, who had retired 8 in a row. Let's revisit Acevedo versus Alo.
Well, I love the way that they attacked, immediately going underneath the hands, get the swing and miss, and then the cat and mouse starts. You go outside, non-competitive pitch, inside, non-competitive pitch, inside, a little bit sweeter, foul ball, and then the changeup. Holly Acevedo is going to shake. She knows what she wants to throw. She's committed to her pitch. One of the best changeups in the game. She sets back, she resets, and she says, I've got my best changeup coming. Give it to me again. I want it. I know what I want to throw. I'm committed to that off speed. And she throws it low, she throws it slow, and she gets Alo to whiff right through it. And look at the confidence.
Look at the mean mug right there. By the way, that's not just shaking off any pitching coach. That's shaking off the GOAT. Lisa Fernandez over there. He said, all right, kid, bring it.
She practically threw down the signs. Did you see her? She was like, no, the 2-3. I want that one. See it right here on your card?
3's always the changeup. 3's always the changeup.
Undefeated as a national champion back in 1992. This is personal, by the way, for Lisa, because that team still stands as the best record in all of college softball. They were 54-2 that year. Still the best winning percentage, the fewest number of losses. Obviously, if you look up Oklahoma this year, they're 56-2. If they're able to run the table and win the championship, now they've got a case over that 92 championship team.
Well, and I think another thing that's significant about the strikeout of Alo there is that was only her 18th strikeout of the entire year. The 500 batting average, how about the on-base percentage of 638? I mean, when you look at the gaudy numbers, Jossie does not swing and miss much.
This is Tessa Malaulu, by the way, hitting in Megan Faraimo's spot in the lineup. And now we start talking about, well, do you want to just go ahead and keep Megan out of the heat? Don't tax her with anything else. Let her stay cool, stay chill to be ready for that next game. Oh, 2 to Tessa. You go back to last year, guys, when Alabama appeared to have all of the momentum coming off of a Montana Fouts perfect game. They did not start Montana the next game. Florida State ended up sweeping the semifinals to advance.
Yeah, so that's another cog in the wheel to talk about how today turns out. If you start Hope Troutwine and she does a little bit better and your Sooners have 3 runs up on the board, is it enough?
All kinds of good Monday morning quarterbacking.
Yes.
Last year we had to play every, if necessary, game for the first time ever. 17 games in total. Were we playing Monday on the semis last year because of weather? I think we might have been. Had to push the tournament back a day.
So it was a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday afternoon.
Semis traditionally have been on Sunday, but the extended format this year intended to keep everybody healthy and be at their best for the big moments. Jordy Ball's at her best right now. Strikeout number 3.
Jordy Ball started this at bat out at 0-2, worked back. And what I'm finding fascinating right now is that this is not a rise ball. That is a high drop ball. So it makes me think that she cannot really throw a rise ball because of the torque that you have to have on your forearm to get underneath that pitch. Basically go that backward spin, thumb down to thumb up. She's throwing all those pitches up in the zone with an over-the-top rotation.
Improvising, right?
Yeah, you still go there to that spot, changing eye levels, but the look is different to the hitters.
Look at her stalking. She's just walking back and forth in a circle. She does this before every pitch, staring down the hitter.
Ball.
You know, at every turn, I like to talk about Kaylani Ricketts and her great pitch, the crop duster. Are we witnessing the birth of the skydiver, Smitty? The high drop ball.
The high drop ball. Yeah, it's a completely different look. And trust me, when you see a different spin rotation at a location that you're not used to, it can be perplexing.
Fine's got a hold of it, and hard charging is Riley Boone to make the catch. Went for the double play. They don't get it. And the base runner over to second in scoring position. Lauren Hatch.
Speaking of a high drop ball, this is exactly what this ball does. Watch it just come up out of the sky, drop down. Riley Boone, a nice catch. Not a great throw at all. Actually, Kinsey Hansen or Lindsay Elam, who had come down the catcher behind to back up, missed the throw as it came through. Ended up advancing on the error from Boone.
Insurance available for UCLA. And another pinch hitter here in the 9 spot is Seneca Curro.
Ball.
(0-1) here at the World Series, pinch hitting for Seneca. Sophomore out of Verona, California. Lions over to first. Side retired. Still 5-3. Bruins on top to the bottom of the 6th.
The NCAA Women's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Program steeped in tradition. Raised to reach for the ring. To do whatever it takes to get another chance to wear the crown. 12-time champion UCLA, 5-time winner Oklahoma. Only one can move on to the championship series in OKC. Your game track? At one point, it was a 4-run advantage for UCLA, the biggest deficit that Oklahoma has faced this season. They have gotten a couple back, all 8 runs on the board, thanks to home run balls. The Sooners have 6 outs to work with. Otherwise, we will have an if necessary game immediately following the conclusion of this. Win, get into the championship series, or go home. Jennings, Lyons, Brito, it's 3-4-5 for OU. They have lost just twice all season. Bruins got them in some trouble right here. Jennings 0 for 2, a couple of fly balls to Brady out in center. Maya almost has her backside up against the fence. They have 3 players on the team with over 20 home runs. Holly Acevedo struck out one of them to end the last inning, and now she faces the other 2 here to start out this inning. Megan Faramo, who can re-enter, will go back out to the bullpen. The way that Kelly I set up the lineup today, she could return to the circle. One-two pitch. Another strikeout for Acevedo. 1 down.
Acevedo goes to the outside corner, curveball that's elevated. A couple pitches prior was the changeup, and that changeup just makes everything look so much faster, and it expands the strike zone.
K, and she has struck out the 2 biggest bats in the order. Here's Grace Lyons, a 2-run home run her last time up off of the starter for Ramo. Word downstairs now is that Hope Troutwine is also in the bullpen for Oklahoma, if need be. There's a look at Hope. So you have 2 pitchers in each bullpen. They could be potential relievers here to end it. They could be getting loose for a game 2 to follow. Change up in for a strike, 2-1.
And that's just where Holly's so good. It's a hitter's count. It's 2-0. As a hitter, you're thinking, all right, I'm going to get all into this. Whoop, change up. Bugs Bunny.
Hitter's pitch.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, whoa.
Ball.
Garcia tried to frame that one for 3-1. Alyssa Brito behind her, 14 home runs on the season.
Go back to the 4th inning, and Grace Lyons, the position she got her body into to get to this rise ball, sitting back against Faremo. One of the better rise balls in the game, and this is what we've seen Oklahoma do so well. Be able to put their bodies in a position to drive the ball, not just make contact.
Ball.
Draws the walk. And for the 2nd straight inning, the Sooners have the tying run coming to the plate. Alyssa lined out to right field in the 2nd, singled in the 4th. Her 3rd hit of this World Series. In for a strike, 0-1. Brito, foul ball. Oh, they've been so good at getting in front of teams during Patty Gasso's tenure. You go back to the start of the Champ Series format in 2005. The Sooners just 1 win at the World Series when trailing after 5 innings. That was in the Champ Series last year.
Ball.
1-2.
Ball.
2 curveballs on the outside corner. Azevedo does not get either one of them. It was interesting earlier in the count, Brito fouled off a changeup. Wasn't completely fooled by it, like we see some of the other hitters. I think that's why.
Stayed away.
Yeah.
She's got that split grip. She starts to do that with 2 strikes. Just really try to concentrate on that top hand, get into contact. She'll kind of split her hands. You'll see a space between the 2. Look how high her ability, that's bat to ball right there. And not easy to do with 2 strikes. Change up.
Got the strikeout. 2 down. Azevedo has whiffed 3 of the last 4 she's faced.
And she does it with non-traditional. So the setup pitch is a changeup way up, and she gets Brito to swing and foul it off. And then she comes back with a drop ball. We haven't really seen her throw that pitch. Look at the over-the-top rotation. Perfectly on the corner. Great late break. It just dives down. Holly Azevedo just has a lot of tools in her toolbox. She's got the curve, the drop, but look at this. 4 runs or less allowed in every appearance.
That'll bring up Kenzie Hansen, 0 for 2. 1 hit in this NCAA tournament. She's been fighting through injuries much of the season. She was on the All-World Series team here last year with 3 home runs and 8 runs batted in, helping guide them to the championship. Great rivalry this has developed into. This the third straight World Series they are squaring off. UCLA eliminated Oklahoma in 2019. Oklahoma eliminated UCLA last year.
I think a lot of it's the belief system. You know, Oklahoma's been so darn good that they beat a lot of teams before the game even starts. And this UCLA squad, there's a lot of belief that they can play with them, that they can beat them.
Hansen. Wiz stays down on it over to first, and Washington hangs on. Side retired. Bruins 3 outs away from forcing the if necessary game.
Here's to making a statement.
Wiz gets a hold of one, and it's gone! Maya Brady busts out with a 3-run shot. Semifinal Monday at the Women's College World Series as we head to the 7th inning. UCLA 3 outs away from forcing another game to immediately follow this one. They have to sweep a doubleheader to get to the Champ Series. Oklahoma needs 1 win to advance. Still to come tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. Oklahoma State and Texas in our other semifinal. Pokes need 1 win. Longhorns need 2. Top of the order for the Bruins.
Ball.
Delaney Wiz a home run in the first, Maya Brady in the third. The runs for UCLA, they have yet to put one up against the reliever Jordy Ball, who came on in the 3rd inning and has shut them down.
Ball.
Both teams have used a pair of pitchers. If we do go to another game, the Sooners would have a fresh arm in Hope Troutwine. UCLA would still probably have to tag team with Ferramo and Acevedo as they've done in this one. Jordy Ball continues to be the wild card. Could she go again later?
Well, and Smitty brought up a really good point because we have not seen a rise ball from Jordy Ball, and everything that we have seen up in the zone has either been her changeup or her drop, and that is a big storyline moving forward. She might still be able to elevate, but if it's not with her rise, that's going to eventually be adjusted to.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, part of that injury on her forearm, when you throw a rise ball, you're thinking thumb down to thumb up. That rotation actually takes place in your elbow. It's a supination, pronation movement. And so it's not your wrist. It actually happens at your elbow. So if you have a forearm injury, that's extremely difficult to throw a rise ball.
2-2 pitch, full count. So just as a hitter, if you know there's no rise coming, what is that adjustment that the batters can make?
Well, you know that what you see up is going to come back down. I mean, that's the biggest difference. A rise ball, you pick up that spin, you're thinking as a hitter, I'm going to 1 to 2 inches above where I see the ball right now. Now, it should actually come back or stay on plane to where your barrel's going to start.
Ball gets Washington to chase, 1 down. Strikeout number 4.
And this is a drop ball, but it's just running away. Look how far out it is. It's in the opposite batter's box, in the right-handed batter's box. And this is, again, a drop ball. Look at that over-the-top rotation. It's downward.
Handled by Snow at first. 2 down, Holly.
Well, Jordy Ball using a lot of her other tools very well as she's trying to overcome that forearm injury. She is so good in her legs. You see that very unique style. She kind of paces in the back. She comes to the rubber with a lot of energy in her legs, that bounce, and then as she strides out at just 5'8", she's almost out of the circle in the front when she finishes those pitches. She is using everything she has, really strong lower body as well.
Yeah, in fact, Patty Gasso said she is the strongest freshman that they've ever had in program history coming in to Oklahoma. She does a lot of CrossFit, a lot of lifting weights, and you know, you hear athletes train, of course, in high school, but nobody is in the shape that she was in. And honestly, Holly, I don't think it's ever going to help her more than now, because when you have an injury, what do? You compensate, and she has the physique right now to be able to compensate for the injury in the forearm.
And to your point on the compensation, Jess, yes, she's using her legs and then her upper body. You can almost see her pitching arm is just being relaxed as she comes through. She's not over-snapping it, overthrowing it, but still great velocity. And that right there, that's the off-speed pitch that she's able to throw around, but she's staying nice and relaxed on that injured arm and still being able to throw extremely effectively. And we talk with young pitchers all the time. If you can locate pitches and change speeds effectively, you will be successful. You don't have to have a ton of bells and whistles. It's about locating your pitches and mixing speeds, and that's exactly what Jordy Ball is doing today.
Sooners, by the way, in the bottom of the 7th, have the bottom of the order coming up for their last chance to try and walk it off with a win. They have started big innings for them already in this tournament. Snow, Boone, and Johns scheduled to appear. They'll have to try and figure out Hallie Azevedo, who's been dynamite in relief. Wiz with the 2-out walk. And that'll get Maya Brady another chance to swing the bat.
Big opportunity for UCLA here.
Ball struck her out with a rise in the 5th. Maya hit a 3-run home run off of Nicole May in the 3rd.
This is what took Nicole May out of this game, the starting pitcher for Oklahoma, after giving up a 3-run shot for Maya Brady. Her postseason numbers have been incredible. In fact, doubled what she's done in the regular season. And here at the Women's College World Series, batting .500.
Acevedo, the 5th year, who has patiently waited her turn for a moment in the sun.
Maya Brady clearly coming into this at-bat looking middle away. That was both of those big swings. The one prior to it actually was a little left over the plate. She just missed it. That one off the plate. Anytime something's off the plate and it's less than 2 strikes, that tells me, as a hitter, you were hunting for that pitch.
Rise at the up in the zone, I should say, at a rise. Not the rise. Is that the skydiver, Smitty?
The skydiver. I love Timo.
Gotta have a name.
High drop.
It's probably a 4-seam fastball.
Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, Smitty.
Okay.
Here's the 2-2 pitch to Brady. Gets a hold of one, back that goes. And it's out of here. The second of the day for Maya Brady. Pads the lead for the Bruins. Two out, 2 strikes, and it's gone.
She came in, sorry, Beth, into this at bat. You just knew what she wanted. She wanted low and away. Both pitches that she got prior to this, she was fouling them off. She just missed them. Now with 2 strikes, she gets the pitch that she wanted. It's a drop ball on the outside part of the plate. We see Maya Brady hit 2 out today. One more up in the zone. This one down and away, not easy to get underneath. She does that. That's her 5th. Sorry, that's only the 4th home run that Jordy Ball has given up all season.
Multi-home run day for Maya Brady. 5 RBI. And a 4-run lead. Holly?
Well, as you may well know, Maya Brady, obviously her uncle's Tom Brady, but she comes by her softball background. Honestly, her mom, Maureen, was an All-American at Fresno State, played in the Women's College World Series, but Maya told me she has leaned on her uncle, Tom, because he has helped her with things like nutrition, workouts, all of the information he has been able to use to keep his career and longevity going so great. She's had access to that. Even something as simple as name, image, and likeness, she was able to get with his agency, so she's getting good deals. And Maya Brady making everyone in her family so proud. Her mom, Maureen, a terrific athlete in her own right, and using all the resources available to her through her uncle.
Yeah, her mom and her aunts, all big influences on the career of Maya Brady. 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. And Nicole May will re-enter here to replace Jordy Ball with 2 outs in the 7th. And the Bruins have the Sooners on the run. Pitching change for the Sooners. They go back to their starter, Nicole May, who threw the first couple of innings. And the Bruins got out to the 5-1 lead. And now they've added 2 more here in the top of the 7th. The Maya Brady home run, all 10 runs on the board, thanks to home run balls. And the Bruins are feeling pretty good about their chances now. 3 outs away from forcing the if necessary game. Win or go home to immediately follow. Garcia out to center. And here come the Sooners, the best offense perhaps of all time. Do they have anything left here in the 7th to challenge what Maya Brady's putting up? And can they do it against Holly Acevedo? The cool, the confidence, the conviction, the 8 clap coursing through her veins takes the circle when we come back. Jocelyn Allo, Holly Acevedo. Jossie was the tying run at the plate. And Holly went down in the zone. And the look of love for the Bruins right there. They've got the lead, trying to force an if necessary game in the National semifinals in Oklahoma City.
And if that's the look of love, I don't know if I want to be in that one. She has a fierce look on her face coming into this game, but especially after that strikeout. She's got to finish it here for her Bruin team as they take a collective breath.
She's been great. I mean, her pitch count at 37 pitches.
And how about this one, guys? Here's the number of the day, 2,306. 5 years ago, the last time that the Sooners lost twice in the same day, back in 2016. That is what the Bruins are trying to pull off here today. They've lost back-to-back days here at the World Series, both times in a championship series, never in the same day. That's how good OU has been over the years.
It's technically 5 years, 3.5 months, Beth.
Wow.
Good math, Smitty, good math. 1-1 to Talon Snow, Riley Boone, Janet Johns due up. If somebody can get aboard to pass that bat, the top of the order awaits with the 4 All-Americans in a row. Snow out to left. Back goes Kelly Gooden to the track. Got it. 1 down. If the Bruins do win, about a half an hour after the conclusion of this one would be game 2. They would flip to be the home team. Here's Riley Boone. Another pop-up. Perez, 2 down. 1 out away from if necessary. And just the 3rd loss of the season for Oklahoma. Janet Johns, last chance here for OU. Perez has it at short, over to first, and the Bruins win it. 7-3 the final. Faremo and Acevedo, the combo win. And 3 home runs for UCLA. Delaney Wiz with 1, Maya Brady with 2 for 5 RBI. And we will have a winner-take-all game coming up in about half an hour. We got the studio crew standing by for you between games to get you ready. Our Capital One rewarding performance, Brady Ball.
Yeah, Maya Brady could not wait to get in the postseason. This is what she's done. The last 2 seasons shine more on this stage than any other. The fact that she did it against a changeup, 2 different pitchers. First Nicole May, and then against the great Jordy Ball. Now Holly Rose standing by with Maya Brady.
Well, Maya, it has felt like you were due the last couple of games. You were getting good, big swings. Why was today so special?
I think I just really had an emphasis on showing out for my team, and I really wanted to get the job done because Holly and Megan pitched a great game, and that's a great team, so we knew that we were going to have to get runs on the board, and just bringing it up at this point, there's nothing to lose, so it really helps that our back's against the wall, and I just really wanted to get it done for Holly.
Walk me through the first home run. What was the pitch, and how did you drive it?
It was something up. That's kind of my, bread and butter right there. Always, as a big hitter, you want something that's kind of in your zone. So, just defending with 2 strikes, and Nicole May's an amazing pitcher. So I was just looking for something that was in my zone and just went for it.
Oklahoma, with their big bats, start coming back, and they're going to come on towards the end of this game. What was the last at-bat that put this in no doubt?
I think just the mentality of backs against the wall, and it's whatever it takes at this point. So just going for it no matter what, and whatever it takes to win this game. And I think it was just kind of a back against the wall mentality and just go for it.
How do you guys come back and do this again in 30 minutes?
Just being ourselves and sticking to our game plan. I think Lisa called a great game, and the hitters were really prepared for this. So now it's even, and we're just going to go out and we're going to try to replicate the same thing.
Thanks so much, Maya.
Thank you.
Maya Brady. Big day today for her and the Bruins. Thank you, Holly. We've got more softball to come. First pitch scheduled for 3:19 Eastern. Same 2 sides. 1 game for a spot in the finals. UCLA and Oklahoma coming up. Courtney Lyle, Danielle Laurie, Madison Shipman, and Kayla Bro standing by with our 7 innings live to get you ready for the big one still to come.